Dad is the richest man in the world. Mom is an international superstar. But neither of them ever imagined their own biological son had been eating trash for 20 years back home. Now that they've both achieved fame and fortune, they return to the country to find their child, only to run into each other at the airport. After being divorced for 20 years, their first reaction wasn't excitement, but mocking each other for looking old and ugly. But when asked where their son was, both of them froze. Turns out, when they divorced back then, one thought the other had taken the child, and the other also believed the kid wasn't with them. And just like that, Tony grew up alone in a garbage dump, survived for 20 years by picking up scraps. At this moment, Tony is standing at his girlfriend's graduation party, being harshly humiliated to put her through college. He worked tirelessly for 3 years, doing hard labor and washing dishes every day, just so she could get her degree. Today he wanted to surprise her, and showed up at her graduation banquet, but instead of joy, he was greeted with disgust. His girlfriend scolded him in front of everyone, telling him to leave immediately, and stop embarrassing her. The atmosphere was painfully awkward, until her best friend stepped in to smooth things over, explaining she was the one who invited Tony. But the girlfriend instantly blew up, yelling at her friend for meddling, then turned to mock Tony in front of everyone, calling him nothing more than a bricklayer, with no education, no business celebrating with them. She then told him to get lost, and strutted onto the stage in her heels, to deliver her graduation speech. She proudly claimed her success was all thanks to a man who had silently supported her for the past 5 years. Hearing that, Tony's eyes filled with tears. He thought she was talking about him, thought she was putting on a show just to surprise him, but when he turned around, he saw the benefactor she was talking about was actually a well-dressed rich heir, who kissed her right there on stage. Tony couldn't hold it in anymore, and stepped forward to stop them, but the girlfriend's mother glared at him coldly, saying a laborer like him could never compare to a wealthy man. She said he wasn't worthy of her daughter. That's when Tony saw this family's true colors. He finally stood up for himself, and demanded everything he gave over the past 3 years, including her tuition, and her mother's medical bills. To his surprise, the girlfriend grabbed a glass of red wine, and splashed it all over his face. Meanwhile, at a hotel across town, Tony's parents had just tracked down his whereabouts. When they learned he had a girlfriend, his father immediately had the assistant prepare $2 million as a dowry, and decided to personally go propose marriage. Back at the banquet, Tony had already decided to walk away for good, but the rich heir wouldn't let him go. He called in dozens of bodyguards to surround Tony, saying the party was for his woman, and a lowly worker like him had no right to be there. He even demanded that Tony kneel and apologize. The girlfriend egged him on from the side. Just as they were about to force Tony to kneel, an old, faded photo slipped out of his pocket. Tony rushed to pick it up, but someone stomped on it with their foot. The rich heir sneered, mocking that Tony's parents must have died long ago, otherwise how could they have raised such a useless son? He even raised the photo, and threatened to rip it to shreds in front of everyone. But in that critical moment, the world's richest man, and the superstar queen, stepped into the room.